Hello and welcome to Flory Models Daily Vlog. Here we are on the 5th of May 2016, and being Thursday it is kit review day, so we've got quite a few bits and pieces going on. First up we've got for you today is the AMX Grand Attack. Hobby Boss, okay, a kit of two halves again. I'm loving how fine they're doing the detail. The recessed panel lines are some of the finest I've seen. They are definitely getting there, and probably I think the finest of any Hobby Boss kit I've actually seen. Trouble is though, some of the more little things like the vortex generators on these leading edge slats and things like that are massively overscaled. So it's going to take a little bit of work, I think, to make something perfect. The cockpit is a little bit basic for a 1/48 and things like that, but it's a good price. So yeah, at the end of the day, if this is the type of aircraft you want to go for, I'm thinking give it a while. The aftermarket guys will jump on it a little bit. A nice colour photo etch cockpit will be absolutely fantastic in there, and a few little bits for doing vortex generators. Obviously plastic are thin, you could do it that way, but they are a little bit heavy. Love the markings, and actually a really nice looking aircraft. So that is up on the site now. You can have a look. It's around about 20 minutes for the full kit review on that one. The other thing as well, which will be up with you tomorrow, is well, it's amazing, it's fantastic, it's wonderful. Everybody should go and buy it. But this is the Edard's new 1/48 scale G6 109. You know, the detail on it, I have to say, is better than anything in that scale. 1/48 scale, again, Edard have completely nailed it. You thought their Spitfire was good, this is absolutely amazing. I love the riveting detail, all those things that the aftermarket people used to do and the scratch builders. It's all got it there now. So actually, being a Profi pack, you get the colour photo etch set in there, you get the mask set, you get some stunning markings to put this in as well with the decal set. So really it is a very, very nice kit. But anyway, the full review will be that up with you tomorrow. This thing you can see here, this monstrosity, is something me and Steve were speaking about when we've been doing video calls and things like that back and forth over the last few weeks, and it is actually an external air tank. It's not a compressor, it's actually an air tank that runs off your existing one. So I always used to find that this guy down here was a fantastic, compressor. It did everything you wanted it to do, but it just let me down in the actual, capacity of air, i.e. every 30 seconds, trust me, we did a lot of testing with this, 30 seconds, this will top up at 20 psi. It will continue to top itself up because, as I say, 2.5 litres is nothing really. It goes really, really quickly. So by adding this guy to it, which is basically a 5.3 litre air tank, it gives you around about, at full tilt, around about a minute to 2 minutes of air going through a 0.4 nozzle at full pelt, literally just emptying it before you're going to run down to 20 psi. Okay, so from that point of view, it's great. The big thing for this tank though, and what could save a lot of you a lot of money and heartache and everything else like that, is for you guys that don't actually have an air tank. Okay, so actually perhaps you've got one of these up here, because let's face it, it's always a normal one on top of an air tank down below. It's just your normal one without a tank. You can buy this as a separate, and even if your air, but you need sort of auto stop and start, they've thought of that as well, because it comes with a plug system that goes down the back here. We got a pressure sensor, so it'll go up to 60 psi. As soon as it gets to 40 psi, it'll refill. You've also got a system underneath the bottom of this tank where you can actually set the air pressure maximum for this particular tank. Okay, so if this one does over pressurize and starts to put too much air that you want in here, then obviously you can set it lower to 40. But you can set this one to the regulator, so it'll cut in and out onto here, and on here you've actually got your own regulator. So if you want to be putting in 60 psi, that's fine. But if you want out down here, like here, we've got it set to 20 psi, and then you can just dial in what air you want, and away you go. I think it's a great little invention. Very simple, trust me. As you'll see in the video, I did it, set it up. Apart from you don't get a British plug, so you have to go back to the 80s and find like one that's not molded to be able to put on it. But we managed there, we got there, and all the rest of it. You don't get any fittings with it. That was a little bit of a disappointment. Let's face it, how much is a sort of braided hose to jack in with it? Because otherwise you are going to then scratch in your head if I like to make up a couple of hoses for it to make this one work. But the full review of that will probably be up next week. To be honest, I've got to edit it all, bits and pieces like that. But I thought I'd get that one in today, since we had a very much a clear bench and everything else like that. So there we go. As I said, give us a couple of days on that one, maybe up earlier, but definitely it'll be up next Thursday, if not for a kit review. So the other thing I'll talk about is in the forum, and I say I'm still getting to hang of this, so it'll be shift 6. Hopefully it'll just pop online. There we go. In the forum, I have had a little bit of a move about, as you might have guessed. So what we've done, if I can get this to do it, hold on, I haven't got a mouse, I'm using a trackpad and I really don't like them. Oh, that is really not going to be a good idea, is it? Oh, there we go, sorry. It is, I didn't realise it's double touch. You might notice just down here, in this area around here, it's slightly different. So it is, Flo's got her own area now. So if you want to do anything with Flo, you literally just click in there, and then you've got the subsections down in there. So we've actually got where she is in the world and all the bits and pieces is down in that area now. Okay, so that's really handy to have. And if we just go back, all right, the other thing as well, for all this sort of vloggy business and everything else like that, we've got it in here now, all right. And where's the other one? Did we put up another section? Oh no, perhaps we didn't. I thought we did. Why is it not showing? Sorry, there's a thing here. There we go. The Flory Models live down in here. Okay, if you just click in, what you've got is the live stream area, which has only been put up there the other day. But if you click in there, this is another way to get to our player. So this is the one where we are streaming. Actually, we're not doing this one, we're recording today, but it's showing us offline. But if you want to watch in the forum, obviously you can see it right there. If you want to go off to the main site, you know, you can do that as well, but it's just another little shortcut in the forum. So that way you can find us when we're doing definitely the live things and everything else like that. The other thing as well, thank you for all the feedback on the continuing with the vlogs. I've done it again today and all the bits and pieces. It tends to be a bit like Marmite, I'm finding, and it's really difficult to know which way we're going to go with this. I don't really have time to do both, if I'm honest, because it doesn't take much time to do the vlogs because I just yap like I normally do anyway. But when I'm, you know, doing this as well as the other one, some of you have said about, you know, perhaps you could incorporate both together. Well, that means I'd have to edit this one fully. So to edit this one fully, then I'm going to have to take the footage we've done in the first one, which has been edited, which literally just gets queued in behind each other, bit of music added, and that's it, and sped up in some areas. It takes me 20 minutes to do that video. And then obviously rendering and uploading takes no more probably than an hour out of my day tops. Okay, whereas doing something like this, if I have to edit it in and do all the bits and pieces, it's going to turn it into a big thing again. Okay, so I don't really want to do both. Okay, so go off and have a look at the other vlog. Okay, I'll put it down below this one both ways. If you're watching on YouTube, just hit the link as well down below on here and you can watch it. Same with on the Facebook page and all the bits and pieces to see both versions. You know, which one do you really like? As I say, I'm quite enjoying doing the vlogs, if I'm honest. I think it's a lot more information, it's a lot more in depth, but again, it's your call. You know, at the end of the day, you pay my wages very nicely. So I will do whatever you want me to do at the end of the day, so it's good like that. But there we go, that's about it for today. Go off and have a look at the AMX build, well worth having a look at it. And as I say, I'll be back tomorrow where I'm going to be carrying on. Well, hopefully, I'm waiting for that metal bit to turn out for the actual airliner. If not, I'm going to be pushing on really, really heavily with the Halifax, and we're going to be carrying on with the weathering of it. We're going to be using oils, streaking techniques, some more drizzle type weathering and all things like that to really make this one push on. So there we go, that's it from me everybody. Happy modelling, take care, and I'll see you all tomorrow.